Hey, this is the week 11 video overview. This week we're finishing up chapter 5, that's 5.4 through 5.6. And like our general goals throughout the semester, for trigonometric functions, which chapter 5 introduces, we're trying to simplify these guys, solve trigonometric functions, write and model given data, be able to graph the trig functions using transformations, and also be able to solve application problems using these same trig functions. So we looked a bunch at sine and cosine. We're going to be continuing sine and cosine this week, but we're also going to add in the other ones, tangent, cotangent, secant, and cosecant. We're going to be graphing all of those functions. We're going to be writing equations of sine and cosine using data, using information, and we're going to be solving trig equations. It's actually a little bit tricky to solve trig equations, so we'll call this part 1 of 3. We're gonna sort of tackle it in 3 sections. So this is the first part of how to solve trig equations, and this is focusing on how to undo trig equations. So the way we undo exponents is by using logs. The way we undo x squares is by using square roots. So we need a way of undoing sine and cosine, etc. So that's what we're trying to work on this week. So a little heads up, sticking points, we're going to be using radians a lot more. We've been using degrees and radians kind of back and forth a little bit, but we're really going to be amping up and using radians almost exclusively in this chapter and going forward in other disciplines. They're just using radians. So if you haven't caught the radian bug yet, that should be one of your goals for this week. Reminder, a full rotation, 360 degrees, is the same as 2 pi radians. 2 pi radians is a full rotation. And just to clarify, 2 pi is about 6.28, 2 times 3.14. So 6.28 radians is equivalent to 360 degrees. That's a full circle. It's a little bit strange to measure like something in a decimal, 6.28 of something, but that's how it's measured in terms of a full rotation. Obviously, it's not exactly 6.28, but 2 pi radians is the exact number of radians for a full rotation. Remember to write down in your notebook the new vocabulary and notations so you don't really get overwhelmed with all the math speak and trying to understand what the questions are asking you to do. We're going to be finishing chapter 5 this week. Next week, we get a little bit break from assignments to help you guys have time to prepare for our second midterm. Please reach out if you have any questions or need help with anything, and good luck this week.